Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new around here, hi, welcome. My name is Kelly and I am a 200-hour registered yoga teacher, and today marks the first day in a brand new series where I'm going to be focusing on using yoga to stretch out all of our muscles and give our muscles a little bit of love. So if you're like me, aside from yoga, I love working out at the gym. So I love doing things like cardio, HIIT workouts, circuit training, and weightlifting. But what I was finding whenever I was just doing those workouts is that I would be so sore, especially the next day, and maybe even like 2 days later, I just was sore. And then I would go back to the gym and then I would be sore even more, and the cycle just kept repeating. So whenever I got my yoga teaching certificate and started combining my workouts with my yoga, I found that I felt so much better, my muscles were so much happier, and I was able to actually come to the gym and be stronger and more loose and see a lot of progress whenever I was working out. So this series is going to be all about giving our muscles some love, especially if you're somebody that's been working out and you feel yourself being sore. So for today, we are going to be focusing on our chest and back. So if you're doing things like bench presses, some like shoulder lifts, things like that, you might find that you feel really tight, like this area right underneath your clavicles and maybe even your back. Or if you're somebody even that's doing a lot of sitting at work, you might get sore, especially in your low back. So I'm going to show you 3 moves today that are really simple, really easy, that you can do in just a few minutes at home, and is going to help you feel a little bit better, especially in this chest and back area. So let's get started. So for the first move, what I'd like for you to do is, if you haven't already, go ahead and have your mat out on the floor, roll that out, and then we're going to come to all fours or tabletop position. So we will bring our hands down to the mat, like this, and knees to the mat, legs out straight behind you. So what I want you to do, just to make sure you're in line here before we do this, is to make sure that your hands, your wrists are right underneath your shoulders, so you have a straight line here, and then externally rotate that bicep and tricep. So what I see sometimes is people do this. You want to externally rotate that so you can see the inside of your elbows. And then for our knees, you want to make sure that those are right underneath your hip. So again, we're creating that straight line, legs are back, straight behind us, and you can have your toes either pointed or tucked. Either way is fine, whatever feels the best for you. So I'm going to untuck mine because I like that. And then we're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow. So with an inhale, go ahead and take that inhale, and then we're going to let the belly drop and the back curve. So this is the cow pose. If you want to think about like having udders that are like pulling you down, I think that's just kind of a funny way to think about it, but helps me. And you're going to do this nice curve. You can kind of sway your hips side to side if that feels good. And then on your exhale, we'll do the opposite. So we'll come into cat pose and we will round the back up towards the ceiling. So the opposite move here. You want to think about having that middle back going up towards the ceiling as high as you can get it. Have your hands push the mat away so that external rotation is going to come in. And then we'll release back to neutral spine or tabletop position. So we'll do a few rounds of that here, just opening the chest up and the back as well. So again, inhale, drop the belly down, nice big, open the chest up in between your forearms here. And then as you exhale, we'll go opposite, round the spine, tuck chin in towards the chest. All right, great. Do a couple more. So inhale, move the hips if that feels good. Exhale, big push against the mat. Inhale into cow. Feel that openness in your chest. And then exhale, one last big stretch. And then we'll come back to neutral spine, and you can sit back onto your heels. So that is our first move. Feel free to do those as many times as you like at home. Sometimes I'll do several of those as I'm warming up for a practice or after I've worked out. So wanted to show you guys what that's like, but feel free to do as many of those as you want in your own practice at home. The next one that we're going to do is called thread the needle, and this one is really, really great for our back. So it's a back twist, and this is really going to lengthen out the spine and basically give it a nice twist, kind of like a big hug for your back. This is one of my favorites. I love twists so much. So we will do that, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So we'll come back into tabletop position. So again, hands right underneath shoulders, knees right underneath hips, about hip distance apart. And then what we're going to do is take your right hand, move it slightly in towards the center so it's underneath your chest a little bit. And then with an inhale, we're going to take our left hand and reach it up towards the sky. So we're already twisting. Big inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring the left arm through in between the right arm and the right thigh and bring the shoulder down towards the mat, hand out stretches. And once you get here, you might just kind of feel around, like see how this feels, what's going to be best for you. I like to just let my head rest on the mat so that way I can let all those neck muscles just relax and not have to feel like they need to work here. And what we're going to do with our breath here is that on each inhale, as you pull that breath in, think about lengthening out the spine, creating space. Maybe breathe into the back instead of the stomach. A lot of us naturally breathe into our stomach. Try to think about breathing into the back. So as you inhale, we'll lengthen out. And then as you exhale, you might find space to twist just a little bit farther. And you could bring that shoulder towards the right side of your mat a little bit farther. So once you're feeling pretty good here, you can either stay here, because this is definitely going to give you that twist and have your spine lengthen out. But a couple of different things that you can do here to just play around is that you can tuck the chin in towards the chest, and almost like you're going to be looking for the right hip. And that's just going to lengthen out the back of the neck a little bit more. So if you have any tightness in the neck or the shoulders, this might help a little bit here. If that feels good and you feel like you can keep going, you could turn the head a little bit and look up towards the ceiling. You could also reach the right arm up towards the ceiling if that feels good. Or even tuck it behind. And I like to kind of hook it under or on top of my left thigh. So it's just a bind back here, and it's going to just help me open my chest even more. So you decide what feels good for you. You can also just have your right hand out here, resting. Whatever is going to feel good for you. All about listening to the body, figuring out what's best for it, not pushing it too far, but helping it out. So we'll do one more big breath here. One more exhale. Go ahead and place the right hand down on the mat if it's not already. And then on your next inhale, we're going to untwist and come back to tabletop. Okay, nice job, guys. So now we're going to do the other side. So left hand is going to come in towards the center just a little bit underneath your chest. On the inhale, we'll bring the right arm up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, we'll bring it underneath. Shoulder comes to the mat. And I'll turn around here so I can see all of your lovely faces. And again, the first thing that we want to do is think about the breath. So the inhale is going to elongate the spine, lengthen it out, breathing into that back body here. And the exhale, we might find a little more twist. Using our breath in yoga is so important. It helps us tune in to what's going on with the body. Helps us get into our poses. And it helps bring that calm and release that we're looking for. So always make sure that you're breathing as you're stretching out. Your muscles need that oxygen. And it's going to be excellent for your mental health as well. So always important here. So again, you're finding whatever's going to work for you. Arm might be up, it might be behind, it might just be resting on the mat next to your head. Tuck the chin in. Whatever feels good for your back here. We'll hold it for about 3 more breaths. So really focus in here. Finding that release in the spine. Opening the chest. Alright, go ahead and bring the left hand down to the mat if you haven't already. Next inhale, we will come back up, untwisting to tabletop. Now if you'd like to, you can do a couple rounds of cat-cow here. Sometimes I do just to kind of reset the spine. You might pay attention to how the spine feels after doing that big twist. And then we'll come to neutral spine, tabletop. Okay, nice job, guys. So the last one that I'm going to show you today is, it's called Sphinx pose, but I'll show you Cobra as well. That way you can have some options depending on, you know, where you're at, what kind of openness you're looking for. And this one's really going to focus again on the chest. It's even going to stretch out our tummy. So if you've gone to the gym recently and did some ab work, and you're feeling that down here, this is going to be good for you, and it's also, again, going to be really great for the spine. So we're actually going to come down to our bellies on the mat for this one. So go ahead and lay down all the way. And then for Sphinx pose, what we're going to do is bring the forearms down underneath us. This isn't going to be like a big stretch just yet, but go ahead and bring the elbow right underneath the shoulder so we have that straight line again. And the forearm will come out straight, and then you just have your fingers spread nice and wide on the mat, giving you that support. So all we're doing here is just trying to open the chest, kind of like what we were doing in cow, where you're opening it up through the shoulders and the bicep area. And if you want to, even with your hands on the mat here, you can almost kind of pull, almost like you're going to pull the mat back towards your chest, and that's going to help you open that up just a little bit more, that action there. You're not really going to see it, or you probably can't see me really doing it, but if you're pulling there, you're going to definitely feel it. So we'll just do this for a couple of breaths. Feel that openness, especially I can feel it down here in my lower rib cage area, upper ab area. Again, inhale, it's going to lengthen the spine. And exhale is going to help us maybe open the chest up a little bit more here. Now, this is definitely going to give you some of that openness in your chest, and like I said, the ab and even the back area. If you'd like to go a little bit farther, we can go into Cobra pose. So for that, all you're going to do is pick up your forearms, so you're on your hands, and then we'll come to this. So it's a little bit bigger of a back bend here, probably feeling a little bit more of a stretch in that chest and ab area. If you want to, if you're feeling okay here, you can even start to bring the hands back a little bit. If you do, I would suggest keeping the shoulder or the elbows bent here instead of straight. It's going to be a really, really deep back bend, and it might be a bit too much, especially if you're experiencing back pain in the mid or the lower back. But you can start to bring them back closer to the chest area. And that'll just give you kind of the space to play here. So do you want to go up? Do you want to come down? What's going to feel good here? It's going to be a little bit of an arm workout too, so bonus, I guess. And using that breath. We'll hold this for about 2 more breaths. Come back to that breath. Okay, one more inhale. And then on our exhale, we're going to lower all the way down. If you'd like to, you can cross your hands and rest your forehead on those. I really recommend after doing something like that, kind of swaying the hips side to side. That's going to give you a nice low back release. Okay, and then when you're ready, we'll come up, push ourselves back onto our knees, and we can come to a kneeling position again. Okay guys, so that was day 1 of stretching out our muscles after working out, or if you're just sore. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you found it helpful. Again, once you know these poses and you've kind of got them down, you can do them as many times as you'd like. And you can take them to the gym with you, maybe do them right there after your workout or do them at home. But the more that you're doing these and the more regularly that you're doing them, the more that you're going to feel better. And the less sore that you're going to feel after working out. And like I said, for me, I know if I was stretching out and I was giving my muscles all that love after working them so hard, 1, I felt better, but 2, I was able to come back to the gym feeling more strong and ready to go for another workout. So I hope that this was helpful again, and stay tuned for more videos. I'll be doing several coming up for different areas of the body, such as the legs, the arms, hips, things like that. So if you like this video, feel free to give it a like and subscribe for more to come, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.